Hey, Anna. Okay. Let's all get started in a seat. Sitting comfortably, you can be cross-legged on your knees. I'll be standing just to give a little better visual of the folks on the camera. Go ahead and roll out your shoulders. One way, and the other. Go ahead and let your head start to rock side to side. Just tucking that chin. Nice half circle back and forth. Maybe coming into a few full circles all the way. Doing a few one way, then doing a few the other. Making your way back to center. Bringing your right ring finger and now index finger and middle finger up to your third eye center. Placing them here, then bringing your ring finger and your thumb onto either nostril. Just gently, keep these open. Close the left nostril, push it in, inhale through the right. At the top, close the right nostril, open the left, exhale it out. Breathe in through the left. At the top, close the left, open the right, exhale it out. Again, in through the right. Close the right, open the left, exhale it out. Continue moving with your breath. Switching nostrils at the top of the inhale. While bringing attention to your breath, take a moment to thank yourself for showing up on your mat this evening. Taking this next hour or so to feel, experience what it's like to be in your body. Taking this time for self-care during this quarantine. It can be hard to make it to your mat, even when there's nothing else to do, because you can feel contained, you feel tired, you feel tight. All those things preventing you from showing up on your mat. But by taking this time and being intentional about what we feed our body and mind, we can stay strong, we can stay healthy, we can stay relaxed through this trying time. You'll end with a breath out through the right nostril. Once you reach that point, you can lower your right hand down. Coming into a slow and steady breath through both nostrils. Still noticing that pause at the top of the inhale, as well as the pause at the bottom of the exhale. Those are the moments when your body can be completely still. Whenever you're breathing, you are moving. That's just physics. You create space in the body to let air in, you contract it to let air out. Even when you're relaxed, sitting, quietly and still. You're still moving with that breath. And it's in those pauses at the top and bottom we can be still, we can be present. And so throughout class, as you get distracted, as your mind starts to wander, bring yourself back to those pauses. Center yourself there. Gently beginning to open your eyes. Reaching your arms high up to the sky. Twisting to the right, left hand coming outside your right knee, right fingers planting behind you. Keeping a tall spine here. Each inhale, seeing if you can lengthen a little more through the crown of the head. Each exhale, seeing if you can twist a little deeper through the belly button.
Sitting in the morning sun.
Inhale, back up to center. Arms overhead, unwind your twist. Exhale, twist the other way.
Then I want to roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide go away. Sitting on the dock of the bay.
Breathing, keeping a tall spine here.
I left my home in Georgia.
Inhale, back up to center. And bring your hands down in front of you. Make your way into a tabletop. Shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Coming into some natural movements. Right here, maybe rolling out the hips. Maybe looking over one shoulder, and then the other. Starting to make your way into cat-cow. Inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, curl your spine. Press your belly button up towards the ceiling. Moving back and forth with your breath. About 2 more breaths and then we'll meet in a neutral spine. Curl your toes under, hover your knees off of the mat, pulling that belly in, pressing through all 10 fingertips, grounding them into the earth. And send your hips high, downward facing dog. Pedaling out your feet, melting your chest back towards your thighs. Letting your head rock side to side, forward and back. Eventually meeting in stillness. Right leg will lift high to the sky. Bend your knee open and stack your hips. Pressing your right foot towards the left side of the room onto that wall. Keeping your weight even in both palms here. Squaring your shoulders to the mat. Coming back to 3-legged dog. Right leg extends. Right knee to right elbow. Bring it all the way up. See if you can touch your knee to your arm. And send it back. 3-legged dog. Right foot comes down, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts to the sky. Bend your knee open and stack your hips, maybe rolling out that ankle. Coming back to center, left leg extends. Left knee to left elbow. And send it back. Left toes come down, downward facing dog. Right leg extends again. Bend your knees open and stack your hips. Coming back to three-legged dog. Right knee to right elbow. Find a chaturanga half push-up, keeping that elbow lifted. Back up to plank. Right leg back. Downward facing dog. For the CrossFit folks, this is a great prep for the Spider-Man burpees that we should be doing this week. Left leg lifts to the skies. Bend your knees open and stack your hips. Yeah, my roommates aren't as happy about it. That's okay.
You gotta explain this later.
Yeah. Left leg extends long. Left knee to left elbow. Push up while you're here.
Man, I've been working out a lot.
Back up. Left leg back. And downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, fill up. Open your mouth, let it out. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, feet to the top. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Root to rise. Hands through heart center, coming into mountain pose. Standing tall, arms down by your sides, palms out. Standing tall, standing proud, grounding down through both feet. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine, hands come to your shins. Plant your hands, step back to a high plank. We'll lower down slowly to our bellies on my count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift your shoulders back and up, keeping the tops of feet planted into the mat. So you feel this in your lower spine. And release down. Inhale, baby cobra. And release down. Making our way back up to high plank just as slowly as we got in on a count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, feet to the top. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, step back to a high plank. Shift forward, come down halfway, chaturanga. Elbows stay tucked in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, feet to the top. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Root to rise. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Hands plant, high plank. To chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the top. Exhale, feet to hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Hands plant, high plank to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, plant your foot between your hands. Coming into a low lunge. Back knee can come down. Pressing your hips forward. Maybe bring your hands up to that left knee. Maybe lifting your arms up to the sky, finding a little back bend. Gaze lifting with your fingers. And begin to twist to the left, sending your left fingers back, opening your shoulders. Curling your right toes under. See if you can lift up into a twisted lunge. Lifting your back knee. Pressing through your right heel, through your right thigh. Inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Sending your left arm forward, yep, sinking into that left knee, stacking it over your left ankle, heel to heel alignment in the feet. Left fingers flip, reverse your warrior, reaching up to the sky. Inhale here. Exhale your hands to the mat. Step your left leg back, make your way to downward facing dog. Maybe keeping your left leg lifted through your flow. Right leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, plant your foot between your hands. Low lunge. Once again, maybe bring your hands to that right knee. Pressing your hips forward, getting a nice stretch in the hips. Maybe lifting your arms up to the sky. Finding a little back bend, gaze lifting. And begin to swing your right arm back, twisting towards your right leg. Opening your shoulders. Curling your back toes under. Lifting your back leg off of the mat, coming into a twisted lunge. Inhale. Exhale, swing your left arm back, warrior two. Opening your shoulders, opening your hips, sending that gaze forward over your right middle finger. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the mat. Step it back, make your way to downward facing dog. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, feet to the top. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, rise. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sinking into your seat, hands will come to heart center this time. Bringing thighs together and toes together. Maybe an inch or two between the heels. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, twist to the left, right elbow comes outside of your left knee. These twists are super good for the core, for the immune system. Really driving this twist through your core, turning that belly button to the side of the room, keeping your seat nice and low. Grounding into your left foot, start to hover your right toes off the mat. Staying in your twist. Lifting your right foot a little higher. Slow and controlled, stepping back to a twisted crescent warrior. Begin to unwind your twist, coming into a crescent warrior. Keeping the depth in that left leg, stacking your knee over your ankle, pressing high through your right heel. Grounding into your left foot, step your right foot back up, chair pose. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Hanging out here for a couple breaths. Maybe bringing your arms to opposite elbows, ragdoll. Rocking side to side. Releasing your hands back down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, chair pose. Hands coming to heart center, sinking nice and low, weight back in the heels. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, twist to the right. Keeping your seat low, working to keep your heart above your hips in this twist. Noticing your knees, it's easy for one to jump out in front of the other here. See if you can bring them back in line. Beginning to ground into your right foot. Hovering your left toes an inch off of the mat. Lifting your left foot up a little higher. And slowly stepping it back to twisted crescent. Keep twisting through that core, keeping energy in your back leg, pressing up through your left heel. Begin to unwind, crescent warrior towards the center of the room. Standing tall, standing strong, bending into that front knee. Grounding into your right foot. Step up to a chair pose. Sinking nice and low for one more inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, high plank to chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a big breath in here, fill up. Open your mouth, let it out. Breathe in, fill up. Open your mouth, let it go. One more, breathe in. Exhale it out. Inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, feet to the top. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, lift your right foot off of the mat. Exhale, send it back, twisted crescent. Inhale, unwind, crescent warrior. Exhale, step your right foot up, chair pose. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, lift your left foot. Exhale, send it back. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, left foot to the top. Moving with your breath through these twists. Working to keep your knees bent, your seat low. It's the challenging part of class where we're building heat, building strength. Learning to trust our bodies. Seeing that they're strong, seeing that we can hold a little longer than we thought. One more round on each side. We'll all eventually meet back in a chair pose. Sinking into your lowest point. And you know where that is. So go there, push yourself, and then come back to that steady breath. Notice the pause at the top of the inhale. Final breath in, fill up. Exhale, release forward fold. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, step back, high plank. It's a chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Knees come down wide on your mat. Sinking back into a child's pose. Coming back to that breath. Coming back to what brought you to your mat. On your next inhale, start to lift back up to a tabletop. Curl your toes under. Send your hips high, downward facing dog. Pedaling out your feet. Bring some energy back into those legs, feeling them nice and straight. Hips pressing to the sky, heels driving towards the mat. And slowly tiptoe your feet up to the top of the mat, keeping your hips nice and high as you make your way into a forward fold. Slow and controlled, one vertebrae at a time. Begin to rise up to standing. Standing nice and tall, grounding down through both feet, shoulders coming down and back. Slight tuck of the chin, get a little more length in your neck and out through the crown of your head. Grounding into your right foot, start to bring your left leg to a stair step. And then make your way into tree pose. Left foot coming anywhere along the inside of the right leg. Can be on the thigh, can be on the shin. Just be careful not to put it directly on your knee. Bringing your focus to your drishti gaze, a single non-moving object. Lots of great arm variations here. You can have hands at heart center, overhead. Maybe reverse namaste. If you want to make this pose really challenging, maybe play with bringing your eyes to close. And slowly bringing your left foot back to the mat. Shaking out your right leg. Grounding into your left foot. Right foot comes to a stair step. Hip opens up, tree pose. Maybe finding a different variation on this side, a different spot for your leg, a different place for the arms. Maybe playing with closing your eyes. Being unafraid to shake, to fall out. And always get right back in. And slowly bring your right foot back to the mat. Arms come down by your sides. Inhale, arms lift up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Bending into your knees so your palms can plant firmly on the mat. Bringing your feet about shoulder width difference so your legs are right behind your arms. Starting to bend your knees, lift your heels so your knees can start to touch up against the backs of your triceps. Making our way into crow pose. Send your gaze forward, pull your belly in. Start to lean forward until gravity lifts your toes up off of the mat. You're pulling that belly in. Using your core and the engagement in your legs to keep you lifted. This isn't all in the arms. And eventually sinking back, coming into a malasana. Heels in, toes out, sinking your tailbone down to the mat. Letting yourself relax right here. A nice hip stretch. Slowing your breath, coming back to those long inhales, and long exhales. Using those pauses to ground you. Hands will plant on the mat. Stepping yourself back to a high plank. And then hips high downward facing dog. Right leg will lift to the sky. Bend your knee open and stack your hips. Flipping your dog this time, bringing your right foot down to the mat. Lifting your hips, reaching your right fingertips towards the front of the room. Flip dogs, make your way back to three-legged dog. And let's do either 3 of those Spider-Man push-ups or just bring your right knee to your right elbow, whatever works for you today. So right knee to right elbow, maybe a push-up. Send it back, three-legged dog. Knee to right elbow. Send it back. Last one, knee to right elbow. Send it back. Right foot comes down, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts to the sky. Bend your knee open and stack your hips. Flipping your dog. Hips high, reaching forward. Flip dogs coming back to three-legged dog. 3 of those push-ups on this side. Knee to left elbow. Send it back. Knee to left elbow. Send it back. Knee to left elbow. Send it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward to high plank. Exhale, lower yourself down to the mat. Bring your hands out to the side. Elbows in, just finding a gentle back bend. The Sphinx pose. Lifting your chest, keeping your shoulders down and back. Yeah. For a little more, you start to extend your arms, making a seal pose. And keeping those shoulders relaxed. Down. Pushing your chest forward, nice and gentle.
From my angle, it looks like it don't have legs.
This is the hat, yeah. In the black, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Like a magician.
There you go. And slowly lower yourself back down to the mat. Bring your hands underneath your forehead. Letting your feet rock from side to side behind you. And sending your feet back. Go ahead and roll over onto your back.
Oh, finally.
Making our way into an inversion. Maybe you find the legs at the wall, just lifting your feet to the sky. Maybe you come in a shoulder stand, lifting your hips up, bringing your hands to your lower spine. You're in shoulder stand, make sure your neck stays still while you're lifted. Beginning to slowly lower yourself back down to the mat. Making your way into an inversion. If you were in legs at the wall, this would be happy baby. Grabbing insides or outsides of your feet. Pulling your knees down towards your ribs. For everyone who is in shoulder stand, you want to make your way to fish pose. So pointing your toes, bringing your hands underneath your lower back and lifting your chest. Letting your gaze fall towards the back of your mat. Gently lowering yourself back down to the earth. Left knee pulls into your chest. Giving it a big squeeze up towards the left armpit. And being unafraid to really pull each exhale with your upper body. Getting that knee nice and high, massaging into your left side. Letting your left hand relax. Use your right hand to guide your left knee across your body, coming into a supine twist. Continue to use that hand to pull your knee up towards your now right armpit. So working into your upper body, keeping both shoulders down on the mat. Bringing your left knee back to center. Giving it a big squeeze and sending your leg long to meet the right. Pausing here for just a second. Noticing any difference you feel in your two sides.
Second much better.
Pulling your right knee into your chest. Starting to guide it up towards your right armpit. Using your arms and hands to really squeeze into your right side. Your legs, your hips relax. Keeping that tension in your upper body. And slowly bring your right knee across your body, supine twist. Keeping that knee nice and high. Bringing your knee back to center. Slowly letting it go long to meet the left. Arms reach up overhead, full body stretch. Bringing right fingers to the right corner of your mat and feet to the right corner of your mat, Banana Asana. Big stretch in your left side. Keeping your shoulders and hips down. And start to bring your hands and feet to the other side. Coming back to center. Pulling your knees into your chest. Curling yourself up into a tiny little ball. Head lifting up towards your knees. Squeezing every muscle in your body tight for one final inhale. Exhale, release. Shavasana. Letting everything go. Letting every muscle in your body release. Allowing your mind to wander. Beginning to bring your attention back into the room. Start to find some small movements in your body. Moving your fingers and toes, your ankles, wrists. Allowing your head to fall from side to side. Maybe rolling over onto either your right or left side. Whichever is calling to you today. Eventually making your way up into a comfortable seat. Hands at heart center if you would like. We'll end practice with 2 big breaths together. Breathe in, fill up. Open your mouth, let it go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Thank you all for coming to today's practice. Until next time, the light and love in me sees and honors the light and love in each and every one of you. Namaste.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, Nate.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Nate.